What's up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity NC, and you are joining us for our recap of the Attitude Years Season 3. We're jumping in the time machine, going back to the Attitude Era, and we've made it to June 8th, 2000, talking about WWF SmackDown live in Buffalo, New York. To kick us off tonight, we have a King of the Ring qualifying match. We see Chris Jericho defeat Test with Trish Stratus after Trish Stratus hits Jericho with her boot. Jericho tosses Test into Trish, lands a bulldog and a lion saw. Chris Jericho qualifies for the King of the Ring tournament. Trish has been able to use that boot the past couple of weeks to distract her opponents, but Chris Jericho outsmarted Test here and he moves on. The McMahon-Helmsley faction come out. There's a bunch of balloons, confetti coming down to the ring. Triple H says, does DX know how to party or what? When something good happens to me, I want to share and have a party. I still despise you all. This party is because last Monday we had three number 1 contenders, and by the end of the night, we had no contenders. We got rid of Kane, The Undertaker, and in the grand finale, I defeated The Rock. I am the game and the undisputed WWF champion. Triple H then goes on to thank DX, Shane, and Stephanie. They all hug, and then The Rock comes out. The Rock challenges anyone from the faction to fight, and he vows to get his payback tonight. Triple H says, you want to talk about payback? You have misguided anger. Your problem is not with us. And then Triple H shows The Undertaker crossing The Rock the title at Judgment Day. And then we see The Rock accidentally hitting The Undertaker with a chair. And then we see Undertaker choke slamming The Rock. Undertaker comes out and attacks the faction. DX attack The Undertaker. And then The Rock makes a save. Undertaker lands a big boot into with the steel chair into X-Pac, and then Undertaker accidentally hits The Rock with a steel chair. Again, these guys keep trying to attack the faction, but accidentally attack each other. We then come back from the break, and The Rock is looking for The Undertaker in his room, but Kane is in there, and The Rock and Kane brawl backstage. So these number 1 contenders are definitely going at it in hopes of getting their shot at Triple H. The WWF Tag Team Champions Too Cool defend against the Godfather and Malenko next. Grandmaster Sexy hits a hip hop drop to Malenko to retain the titles. Basic tag action here. I don't really understand why Malenko teams with the Godfather. It ends pretty soon, but just more wins for Too Cool here as they're the WWF Tag Team Champions. Next, Intercontinental Champion Chris Benoit defeats Jeff Hardy after landing a German suplex and applies a crossface. After Benoit shakes Jeff's hand because this was an actually really good match, a lot of high flying spots and back and forth action throughout. But Benoit ends up hitting Jeff Hardy with the Intercontinental Championship. Bad sportsmanship from the crippler here, and Benoit will be in the King of the Ring, so we'll see him at the pay per view. We then see Kurt Angle, Edge, and Christian team up against the Dudley Boyz in a handicap match. Edge accidentally spears Kurt Angle on the floor, which allows the Dudleys to land at 3D to Kurt Angle, and the Dudley Boyz defeat Angle, Edge, and Christian here, outsmarting the faction and Edge, Angle, and Christian. Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley barges into the women's locker room as they're getting changed, and she's like, it's time for the Battle Royal. It's next. And then women's champion Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley comes out with Tori. Tori's got a ref shirt on, and she will referee this battle royal as we see the Cat take on Terry, Ivory, Jacqueline, and Lita. It comes down to Lita and Ivory. Lita lands a moonsault and defeats Ivory. And then after the victory, Tori attacks Lita from behind, lands an alley-oop to Lita. Stephanie calls for the bell, and Stephanie gets a quick pinfall victory over Lita. And Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley defends the title and is still champion with some help from Tori. Lita's backstage and says this is far from over, so we'll see what happens next between the two of them. We get another qualifying match here. European champion Eddie Guerrero with China taking on Matt Hardy. Eddie gets the win after Eddie lands a flying Hurricane Rana, and he moves on to the King of the Ring. We see Trish Stratus talking to Val Venis backstage, and she wants him to get revenge on Rikishi for her after the stink face. So Val Venis takes on Rikishi. Trish tosses powder in Rikishi's eyes, so Rikishi gets a DQ victory. After Val attacks Rikishi, slamming him into the ring steps, and then rams the steps into Rikishi's face. Rikishi's bleeding all over. The guards try to separate them, but Val hits Rikishi with the ring bell twice. After Rikishi gets up and the two fight on the ramp, Rikishi slams Val on the stage, hits a leg drop, and then Rikishi super kicks Val Venis off the stage to the floor. Rikishi jumps off the stage, landing on top of Val Venis. And this rivalry came from out of nowhere. But I really like how intense and crazy Val Venis was. You don't see a guy like Val going after a man like Rikishi that often. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen at the King of the Ring and what's going to happen with their storyline. But as of now, Rikishi and Val Venis just destroy each other here on SmackDown. And we've made it to our main event, DX with the McMahon-Helmsley Faction taking on The Rock, The Undertaker, and Kane. The match comes to an end after Undertaker lands a backdrop to X-Pac and hits a choke slam. So The Undertaker, Kane, and The Rock get the victory. After DX attacked The Undertaker until Kane and The Rock help them, Rock accidentally hits Kane with a steel chair. Triple H hits The Rock, and then The Rock hits The Undertaker with a chair, thinking it's Triple H. So now you've got two guys, Kane and The Undertaker, getting attacked by The Rock. This doesn't look good for the three of them as they go against the faction. But as of now, Triple H has no contenders. He's outsmarted everyone. And it looks like we're going to see The Undertaker, Rock, and Kane come to blows. To find out what happens next, stay tuned. Our next coverage will be Raw's War from June 12th. Got a couple more episodes, and then we're hitting King of the Ring. And we're entering the spring, summer's time of 2000. Well, actually, the summertime of 2000. So stay with us. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. Stay notified when new content is created. Leave a comment. What did you like about this episode of SmackDown? Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.